Hello, everyone. This is Jessie Bowen along with Coach Nathan Ray, and this is the Power to Live Your Vision podcast. We are going into this is what, week 4? I think this
Week
is week
four. That's right.
This is
Yeah.
week 4. We got together over the Christmas holiday, and we're always gifting and gabbing during the week,
Yeah.
talking about motivating or how to do this or how to do that, or and so we decided that hey, why not? Let's get together and do something together and share it with the world. And again, we are
Yeah.
coaches,
That's right.
and we're both coaches, and we are business owners and entrepreneurs, and we're both martial artists. So if you're one of our martial arts friends, then this is where we are. So
That's right.
how have you been doing this past week?
Well, we came into the new year. We agreed we were going to go into the new year running. So I think I was running. My hair was on fire, clothes was burning and smoking. So it's been good. It's been great.
Well, that's good. I know you got a lot going on, and you're working on
Yeah.
a new book, and you and I
Yeah.
both are in
Yeah.
Atlantic City this weekend hanging out. So
That's
everybody,
right. Hey.
if you're in the martial arts community, we're going to be at the Action Martial Arts Hall of Honors. I am releasing 3 books this weekend. One of the books is for Sifu Alan Goldberg, his world history book, martial artist. It's in there. I'll be releasing also with Grandmaster Cynthia Rothroth, the elite martial artists. And this is from White Belt to Wisdom. And guess what? You're in there, sir.
Hey, I was about to say, yes. Again, I made the cut.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
So we've got a lot of, you can tell it's a lot of positive things going on.
Yeah.
Really trying to advance, ourselves, our communities, our businesses, advance, individuals. So if you're just stopping by, hang on for a second. We may have something that may intrigue you of where you are and what you're doing. So today, our topic is going to be on manifesting, not just on manifesting, about manifesting wealth. Now, we started the program off talking about we are entrepreneurs and business owners. Well, you got a business, then you have to be thinking about the prosperity and the growth of your business. And,
Right.
so Nathan, I know that you've been around now. You just celebrated your 50th year of actually being running your martial arts business, and you got several other things you're doing.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
We're talking about
Well, it's 40.
that
It's actually
that
40,
vision.
Hanshi. It's 40 years. 40 years of running the dojo
Oh, that's
and
right.
50 years in the martial arts. Yeah.
Well,
I'm not that old.
I was trying to make you sound good, dude, but I'm glad you spoke up.
People fact check these days, Hanshi. I'll save us some time.
Yeah, you're right. And I tell everybody real quick, integrity is the only thing I have of value. So thank you for making
Yes,
that
sir.
correction.
Well, no, I mean, it's exciting time. It's been 40 years. I started my dojo when I was freshman in high school, and it just keeps getting better and better. We were speaking a little earlier about the industry and what strides are being made now. There's no limits on how far we can go because martial arts should be something that can help the world. In fact, it does in the small communities where schools pop up. But we need to be able to be professionals and to understand that there is wealth and prosperity in any field of endeavor as long as we have the wealth consciousness and the wealth mindset.
Well, you're exactly right. No matter whatever business, because every successful business takes the same thing. It takes, of course, it takes finances to run a business, marketing and all those other things. But you see, none of that will work unless you have the mindset. And manifesting wealth is a mindset. So if you're an entrepreneur or anyone and you've got financial goals this year, then you have to stay focused on what those financial goals and the things that you're doing that's going to be able to create your outcome. So wealth is more than money. It is the spiritual, mental, and physical abundance that flows into your life when you're living with purpose, clarity, and a discipline in your faith. Faith meaning believing that's going to happen. So, here are the three
Yeah. Yeah.
basic principles to help you manifest wealth. And the first one, Nathan, that we want to talk about is aligning your vision with your divine purpose. So, what do you get out of that? And again, everyone, ask yourselves these questions too. Aligning your vision with your divine purpose.
Well, I mean, there's a very what the number one selling book that says where there is no vision, the people perish. And when I thought about that, I said, man, I didn't know exactly what the proper definition of perish was, but it didn't sound too good. So I said, I'm gonna leave that alone. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. Without vision, without having a vision, without having a dream, I think one of the big things we were talking about, the power of association. One of the things is a lot of people don't even know how to recognize their dream. But when you get around and associate with others, you start to see what that can look like. It exposes you, it inspires you to think. And Napoleon Hill said it, you think and grow rich,
Mm.
and I think a lot of people have settled on just being told what to do and just go through life and aimlessly. We just kind of floating, drifting is what one word was. And when you drift and you don't have your vision, you don't have a dream, then it makes it very difficult to achieve anything of substance or what you would even define as substance. We have to define and get clear about all of that first. I think that's the big key. And I know you stepped into this year. I mean, like I said, we've been flying into 2026, but you released the Journeyman, your journaling guide for everyone. And on top of it, I know you released the actual journal for that to make it easy for everyone to start to develop that vision, start to develop those goals, and to get some real clarity going into 2026. How's that been going?
Oh, it's going, really, really great. Hey, listen, I got my sticky note up here. I use my sticky note for the
Yes.
very important things that I need. So, I've got my sticky note that's in front of me. So my vision board is always in front of me. You see,
Yeah.
you said something very important just a few moments ago. And that was, you're speaking from Proverbs. And when it talks about, no vision and the people perishing, well, let's start right there. So all of our listeners, I want you to think about that. If you say, well, listen here, Jesse, I've got that covered. That is good because your vision, and, you use something, you said the word dream, because when you're really into something, you're really, really into it. You go to sleep at night and you dream about it. You have a
Hmm.
dream about it because you're just that connected, in from your conscious level and your subconscious level. So wealth begins with vision, especially a vision that aligns with your God purpose, for your life. And when your goals are rooted in serving others, improving the world, and fulfilling your call, and that's what you got to think about. I know what my call is. I understood by, being in the publishing business, and I tell everyone, the books and the different things I'm doing is really to help people to empower their lives to be able to take control of that. And as a result, by being able to be in this place and you can now journal and meditate. And when you meditate, you can meditate and you can always win. When you're doing your meditation work, and if you see yourself failing, you
Yes.
should just get up and go do something else. And then
Yeah.
you
Fast.
yeah, you need to get up really quick. If you see and that's the reason why it's so important that you're holding on to these thoughts that mean something to you. And if not, if you're having a negative thought, then try this. Try saying cancel, cancel. I don't want to think that. Cancel, cancel. I don't. So you keep, distracting your mind so you're not holding on to negative thoughts. And again, when you now meditate and you pray, because praying helps you build the expectation. And when you're doing the meditation, you can develop the clarity that you really want to do. So that was the reason I did the journal, was because I added, I was getting so many things going on. Journaling allowed for me to write it down so I can look at it, analyze it, and be able to make a better decision of the things that I really wanted to do, or the things that I needed to do. And that's the reason why and sharing this with family and friends. So when you have your
Yeah.
success, then share it. And that's what we did with the journal. I gave all my family and friends a copy of the book,
Mhm.
for them to go out this year, take this information, see will it improve your life.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was great. I happened to be there, and I thought that was really exciting. The fact that, when we talk about elite publications, it's a holistic approach, because these are things that we're actually using in our lives and presenting it, like you said, to people that we know that and we love them, and also giving love to the whole world. The world needs a healing, and it's these type of things that allow someone to really tap into their real essence of who they are and who they want to be. Sometimes people just don't know the roadmap. They might not know the next steps. Many of you who are watching might have been saying a prayer, putting out your will. Hey, I need something. I need that next step. And you wind up here. Why? Because everything magnetizes according to the vibration and the frequency we get on, you know and so that, I think that's a big point. I think one of the things that the journeyman does also, it keeps you focused on the particular thing that you're working on that day or that week, or ever how long you decide to focus on each step of the journey in the journaling. Because I think that's one of the big challenges. We get caught up in the appearance of what's happening right around us, right at that moment, and it takes us off of what we're focusing on down the road. But we need to maintain that connection to that vision, and not let the immediate things distract us from that. Would you agree with that, Hanshi?
Yeah, and I think you said, I really hadn't thought about it, but you just said a holistic approach. Well, you're right. That's what our program, this is a holistic approach. So if you're listening to our program, so again, you may have stopped in here for one thing or just to check it out, but maybe you've already picked up something else that makes you better. That's what with Elite Publication, we think about what we do is a holistic work. So yeah, I really did like what you just said there. I really hadn't thought about
Thank
it
you.
like that.
Yeah.
Then number two is speak prosperity in your life. Words create reality. Speak abundance over your life daily. Replace self doubt with declaring your success, your favor, and remember to pre-vision. Use affirmations. What are you becoming? Not just where you are right now, but what are you becoming? That spiritual principles activated through your faith and your call forward, to the unseen opportunities. So that's
Yeah.
what you got to speak into your life. If you're saying negative things, or you're allowing people to speak negative things in your life, that is failure. So you got to start. Every day in every way, I become better, better, and better. Every day in every way, I become better, better, and better. Every day in every way, I become better, better, and better. And you may not
Yeah.
believe it the very first time you say something like that, but the more you say it, the more your subconscious begins to believe it, and it begins to take it on. But if you're feeling in doubt, or you have self-doubt, then whatever you think about most is what's drawn into your life.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, Earl Nightingale said it back in the day, and he had studied many of the great thinkers and philosophers. He said they agreed on one thing: a man becomes what he thinks about most of the time. And so, I mean, it goes back to those universal principles. I love what you said about doubt. And I mean, if you're caught in the rhythm of doubt, just doubt the doubt. That's what I told my guy. Hey, all right, you doubt? Okay. Well, then doubt the doubt. Get past that, because the words, we hear that in the beginning was the word, in the beginning. So we're seeing it in real time now, the power of words to influence our. I love what you said about the subconscious mind. I think that's a big key that we need to understand, because most of us are operating out of habit, a set of habits actually, and it's running automatically. So that's why we get so many repetitions. We wind up at the same place. So it's really important to have the mindset, the seeking, and the door seeking you'll find, knocking the door will be open. Well, we need to seek a new way by being in that rhythm of thought that's different than what we've been doing the whole time, because those patterns are deeply ingrained, and it requires, like you just shared a moment ago, until we reprogram, it requires work. But it's not the kind of work that we can't accomplish. It's not hard. It's just we need to be aware and do the work. I think that one of the keys for me was when I understood constant space repetition is really one of the big keys. Constant space repetition of those statements that you said, because I had said affirmations, and then I do it for a short time. I go, it ain't working. Okay, I'll go on to the next thing. This sounds pretty good over here. I'll go over there. That sounds pretty good. But we have to understand it's a process, and we need to stay tuned into that, which we started with, vision, despite the appearances, and to keep going. And I asked my class, the thinking into mastery course that I recently taught. It was a 5-week course, consciousness to clarity, and I asked them, what is the number one thing that gets people? And the answer, they quit right when the breakthrough's about to happen.
Mhm.
Invariably get right next to the finish line, and they give up right when it's about to happen.
Well, that moves takes us into our third topic today, and that's the strategy, consistent action. Manifest to manifest without motion is a fantasy. So you think that you're going to, well, I'm going to get wealthy. I'm going to have this success in my business. I'm going to improve my relationship. I'm going to lose with whatever it is. If you're not really willing to be in motion to be able to accomplish that, then that is a fantasy. That is not reality. Faith must have feet. You must move in towards that. Write your
Yeah.
goals down. Break them down into steps. Take daily actions. Even small steps combine into major transformations, combining your faith with focused execution, surrounding yourself with mentors. I was on a call today, and it was with Grandmaster Jeff Smith and Grandmaster Stephen Oliver and their wealth management call. And I see all these individuals up here that they have this group that's solving problems. So that's what you want to be able to do. You need that support by surrounding yourself with mentors and supportive communities that will reflect the level of success that you're pursuing. Faith is the foundation, action is the energy, and consistency is the fuel.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you said a mouthful. I mean, all the good intentions in the world are not going to help you produce your dreams and your vision. And I think that was one of the challenges with the film The Secret. I mean, The Secret was really a great work on manifestation. It was awesome. But in some ways it caused a challenge, because a lot of people walked away from that thinking, well, if I just dream about it and I just write it down and just really think about it, it's gonna show up, poof. But what you just said cleared all of that up. Yeah, you need to have that, but then you also need to take action. Why? Because certain doors are going to open. You're going to magnetize certain opportunities. Your awareness is raised through your motion so that you can see it. It's like when you lose your keys and you're looking everywhere and they're sitting right on the table in front of you, or you got your glasses on top of your head, you're looking everywhere for your glasses and they're sitting right on top of your head. A lot of times that's what's taking place in the spiritual elements or using these spiritual principles. And without the action, we miss it and it's right in front of our face. And I love what you said too about, how this manifestation works. Again, it's not it's a compound effect. One step in front of the next step. And I guess that goes back to the holy grail that most people speak about, whether it's golf, whether it's martial arts, no matter what activity, people are constantly looking for the holy grail, which is consistency. How do I be consistent on a day to day? Because that day to day consistency is going to compound the effect. You say the compound effect, which is actually a good book by Darren Hardy for anyone who likes to read. But yeah, and I was at a business conference this past weekend, and they showed a financial idea. It says, hey, if you invest over a long period of time, if you stay in it, when it dips and dodges, but you're in it for the long haul, that you make maybe about 70 or 80% more in an investment of that type, rather than trying to guess and pick the moment when you're going to get in, when you're going to jump out and do all those things in the short term. So it goes back to that principle of being committed and dedicated to your cause. And in some ways, forgetting about the appearances right around you right now. Keep your eye on the prize. Stay on your vision, baby. Stay on that focus.
And everyone, we really thank you for tuning in and listening to us. Take something from what we've said today and apply it into your life. If you want to have a coaching session, or if you have a question that you want to ask, that you want an answer to about how to whatever, then what you can do, you can email me, and you can email me, and my email is elitecorporatecoaching@gmail.com, or you can message me my Facebook Messenger page, or text me 919-618-8075. This program is brought to you by Elite Publications. Everyone has a story. You just have to get it out. And, let me know. I've written over 60 books. I'd be more than happy to reflect with you, show you the shortcuts, not the easy cuts, but the shortcuts that will save you time, energy, and money. So remember, we're now on Spotify. We're on YouTube. We're now on Roku. So if you have Roku TV, then go to Roku, get the Elite Publications Worldwide TV app. That's Elite Publications Worldwide TV Roku app. And add us there, on there. Again, we're on Spotify. So Nathan, let's just have a little reflect here. So the first reflection, answer this question for yourself. What does wealth mean to me? That's the question. What does wealth? How much is wealth? So you have to be thinking about those things. So this is your assignment, everyone. Write down, what does wealth mean to me? The second thing is, my current vision big enough to invite abundance? So is your vision about what you want to accomplish, that you want to do, is it big enough? Sometimes we think too small. So is it big enough to invite abundance in there? And the last thing, what is one small action I can take today to move closer to the life I envision? What is the one small action I can do today to move closer to the life that I envision? So, everyone, so that's what, we really want you to be able to do, is to look at, moving close closer to that life that you envision, that you want to have happen. Because guess what? Everyone deserves to be happy, to make the world a better place. Than something that you know or you can share can help me, can help, Coach Ray, so whatever you can do. Any last words from you, sir?
Yes, sir. I guess the last thing I'd leave everyone with is as you are focused on your vision, getting that clarity, and as you look at yourself as you are right from where you are, avoid the trap of saying, oh, I'm just lying to myself. I'm not that. I'm saying I'm that, but I'm not that. No, speak to the truth of the essence of who you are. And that essence is beyond anything that anyone can imagine. And so I heard someone recently, they said, just by us being born with everything you go through and all that, for us to be the one that was born out of all of the sperm, out of all of the cells, everything is like 1 in 400 trillion or something. That's the odds that we would be the one that made it. So if you're hearing this, speak to yourself knowing that the vision you have, you couldn't even have it if you couldn't manifest it. So get a big one, like Hanshi said, and just stay focused on that. Speak to that, not your current circumstances.
And remember, make a comment for us if there's something you want to know about or questions you have. And again, these questions about life, about, success, about the mental part, mental rehearsal, give us some feedback. Let us know how we can, provide content that's important to you, not just to us. We're just hanging out. We just have these conversations all the time. And,
Yeah.
we decided that, hey, listen, we're, let's share this. Let's share this stuff. Let's give it
Yeah,
away.
that's
So
right.
we're
That's
not
right.
charging you. You're not being charged anything for it. It's free. But guess what? The more we share, the more that we get blessed. And so again, so remember the power to live your vision. Be blessed. We're going to be here again next week. Check us out.